Hi, friends. This is Talk Trash Thursday. Normally, I do this segment in the evening time, and oftentimes I do it late at night, but I feel compelled to do it now. I want to talk about depression. Depression is an issue that has plagued, multiple communities. For my community, which is the Black community, depression has been a big source of contention in our daily lives. It has wreaked havoc on so many different sectors of our being, of our existence. I want to talk about different levels of depression. The first one I want to talk about is depression in the family. There are situations where people are saying that they suffer from depression. However, they go to work, they go to worship, they interact with other people, and the people that they interact with that's not their family members somehow do not get to taste this so-called depression that they're going through. However, when they get home, their children, their spouse, their siblings, their aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents, husbands, wives, the people that love them the most, the people that care about them the most, the people that's with them, that got them, that is sacrificing with them. These are the people that get the brunt of this depression. That is something that bothers me. It really does. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it because it is not okay for us to manage our emotions, put our so-called depression in the back seat, or put it in our pocket, or tuck it away in our suitcase, or in our trunk, or in our cellar, or in our attic, when we have to interact with the world. We make that effort to do that, but somehow we cannot make the effort to do that for our loved ones. There's an interesting situation to me that's going on there. Are we really, some of us, suffering from depression? Or is it we're suffering from feeling trapped in the lives that we created? Or feeling regretful and not wanting to deal with the lives that we created, not wanting to deal with the lives that we're in, the lives that we created, meaning the children we decided to have, meaning the spouses we decided to marry, or the boyfriends or girlfriends that we have, or maybe even the parents that we feel obligated to care for or help out, or resent from childhood issues that were not resolved. We have to dig deeper within our subconscious to find out is what we're suffering depression all the time, or some of it avoidance, is some of it disassociation of your reality to the point where you can't stand your reality. And the people that's closest to you is a constant reminder of your reality. So you depress on them. But when you're away from your reality, which is your family, you're happy again. Or you act happy, or you fake happy, or you behave happy. However you want to put it. These are issues and observations that we have to make of our lives, of our family lives, and have these difficult talks about what is really going on here. What is really going on? Sometimes depression could just be, I don't want to be responsible for my responsibilities. So I'm going to act, woe is me. I'm going to lay around. I'm going to be unproductive. I'm going to be uncooperative. I'm going to be resentful and angry and mean in my responsibilities and duties. And I can do this because you all know I have depression. But yet you go to worship and you're, oh, blessed and highly favored. How are you, brother so-and-so? How are you, sister so-and-so? Oh, I'm doing fine by the grace of God. Oh, hallelujah, shalom, whatever you're saying. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? Because if you're fooling your family members, that's not love. How do you think our children feel to see us smiling and having a good time and laughing and putting on ears for people that don't love us? But yet our own family members, we have no energy for them. We have no interest in what they're interested in. We have no time to give them of ourselves. And when we do, we're angry about it. How do you think our families feel when they see us running to help other people, but we're not helping them? And when we help them, it's not with the same smile that we help other people. But we tell our family, well, I'm depressed. I'm depressed. But you're not depressed when you're trying to please strangers. You're not depressed when you're smiling in your boss's face. You're not depressed when you're chit-chatting with the neighbors, but you come inside and you barely speak to me. Or you barely speak to the people that yearn to speak with you. It's time that we really analyze what depression really is and what are we calling depression? Is it really depression or is it regret to some extent? Is it self-loathing? Is it resentment? What is it? What is it? Do some people suffer from depression? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm talking to those of us who oftentimes think we're depressed, but when we look closely, it's not really depression. It's anger. It's even hatred of sorts. And sometimes it's self-hatred. And some of this depression that we claim that we're suffering, some of it has a lot to do with envy and jealousy and competition and covetousness. You're angry that the Father didn't make you tall, and this person that you think is more beautiful than you is tall. Or you're covetous that your neighbor has things that you wish you had, or your neighbor could do things that you wish you could do. And you're covetous of their possessions. And sometimes it's jealousy, where you don't like someone that's done nothing wrong to you because they seem happy or they seem positive, and you choose to be miserable, or you think they look better than you, and you just don't like them. How is that their fault? When the heavens were shaping their face before they were put into their mother's womb, they had nothing to do with how they were going to look when they came out of their mother's body. How is that their fault? As long as we stay in a state of looking at other people's lives and wishing or wondering how they have what they have, or how they're living like they're living, or why they're happy, or why they're successful, or why they're prettier, or why they're younger, or why they're smarter, or why they have a better shape, or whatever, as long as we keep looking outward, we will never be truly satisfied. We will never be truly happy. And if you can't be truly happy because you're constantly looking outward and not looking inward, you're going to accept the fact that you're depressed. Then what is causing that depression? What is really causing the depression? Oftentimes it's dissatisfaction with self. If the Bible says that the Father has given us life, and He has given us life to have it more abundantly, how can you have abundance if you're constantly looking at the other person's life? And there's billions of other persons in the universe, in the whole world, to look at their lives, aka YouTube and social media. You will never be happy. You will never be satisfied. You will always stay depressed, because there's always going to be somebody's life that's better than yours. Somebody that's taller and prettier and younger and smarter and richer and healthier and happier. So you will always stay depressed. And how fair is that to your family, who's with you and who loves you and who needs you and who's not going to be alive forever? But you're so self-absorbed with what you don't have and what life did not give you, and so self-absorbed with unforgiveness of self. Yes, I said that. Unforgiveness of self. Unforgiveness of self. You're so self-absorbed with unforgiving yourself and unforgiving others, and reeling over your mistakes and the mistakes of others, that you cannot have peace. You cannot be at peace. You cannot have joy, inner joy. And as long as you don't have peace, and as long as you don't have inner joy, guess what? You are begging the spirit of depression to visit your life, to stay right by you like glue. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. My advice is to learn to be grateful for everything you have. Start with gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have, and everything and everyone you have. Be a good steward of it. Be a good steward of where you live. Be a good steward of your body. Be a good steward of the people that came out of your body. Be a good steward of the people you chose to share your body with, like your husband and your wife and your children, in your home, in your community, in your neighborhood. Be a good steward first and foremost. And focus on being a good steward in the spirit of gratitude. And you will begin to slowly be happier and more peaceful and more joyful. And before you know it, what you think that you're suffering from, that you're calling depression, will slowly leave your life. It will slowly dissipate into nothingness because you stop feeding it. You stop giving power to negative thoughts. You stop giving power to sadness. You stop giving power to regret. You stop giving power to the spirit of jealousy and envy and competition and resentment. You stop giving power to casting imaginations in your head of things that have nothing to do with you. That is really none of your business. Other people's lives are really none of your business. The only people's lives you should be focusing on is your family and your household and benefiting those and doing that well. And when you've done that well, then you can help other people's lives. But if you're looking at other people's lives and resenting their life and being envious of their life and jealous of their life and wishing them harm because they're just too happy or things are just too good for them, or wishing you had what they had, you will never be happy. You will never have peace, and you will always stay depressed. When you're feeling depressed, go deep inside and look at why. What is it that's making you depressed? And believe me, you're going to find that part of it is how you're thinking about your life on this planet, and weighing your life against other people's lives and against other people's looks and against other people's lifestyle and against other people's possessions. And when you do that, you will begin to see that you're not depressed. You just have to change your attitude. You have to change your mindset. You have to look to the hills of which cometh your help. Sometimes we're so focused on others that we can't even see how fortunate our lives are. This is Talk Trash Thursday. Have a good day.